Breaking free of karmic cycles. I want to thank everybody for being part of the webinar. And if you weren't there as well, I want to explain how I was working in the webinar last evening. So in life, there's always that point where we get this inner knowing. For example, when major decisions coming in, or we're about to give in to something, that doesn't resonate with us. There's always the point where our intuition was sharp, correct, and spot on. And then we went over that intuition. So each time we're doing that, we're losing or chipping away at our own connection and our own willpower, our own trust, our own connection with the divine within us and the guidance we're getting. It's like our compass is being fragmented. And the more we do it, we override it, the more blocks or stories we have about not going on that path. So what I was doing in yesterday's webinar was to really go back to each point you were doing that from the very first moment and collecting all those soul fragments of intuition and clearing what was between the intuition and you, the story, the guilt, what will people think about me, what will the neighbors think about me, all these parts of you or the stories which was blocking you from yourself. And as we move on in life, the more we're doing it, the more of a wall of separation we have from our own instincts, our own intuition. As a child, we were very aligned, and then slowly, we started to lose that connection. So in yesterday's webinar, I was working on really rebuilding up a container, and it really was a container. I could see a vessel getting stronger and stronger as the webinar went on, of your intuition getting much more stronger. So if you were in the webinar last night, if you watch it again at a later date, bring that awareness in that you're collecting your soul fragments of intuition and clearing the stories which were in the way. It's important to clear the stories. That's what I was working deeply in last night. And then we went through the ancestral lines and gave that opportunity, because if we transform something, then we can give that gift back to the ancestors and to our children and to everyone around us. So we did that in the ancestral line. It's almost like allowing, because every one of them went through the same way or the same disconnection from themselves for different reasons. And what I was working in yesterday's webinar was to rebuild up the intuition of the ancestors and then bring back alignment. It's almost like a train that went off on the wrong track, to realign your life as if it was always there and you always went on track with the experience of going off track. So that's what yesterday's was about. Today's is going to be about each time you gave your co-creation power away. So each time you went into a state of creation, when we make love, we're creating, we're co-creators, and we have the opportunity to create and manifest with the Kundalini energy. And each time we're disconnecting, maybe through porn, masturbation, which is cool if you're connected, but each time you're losing your seed, losing the essence, you're losing part of this creation field as well, this co-creation ability. So what I'm going to do in this evening's webinar is to reunite with the energy of the orgasm, reunite with the energy of creation, and build it up in your system again. So you can really manifest, because we are the creators on this planet at this time and space, and we have the abilities. It's just we also got fragmented from that ability. So what I want to do is I want to open the opportunity for you to realign with the purest, most potent, strongest part of your soul as a creator, and drop that into the ovaries, drop it into the semen, into the sperm. So to really open up this ability again and connect it with your heart, connect it with creation. So this is what this evening's webinar is about. And I'm really excited to do that. I was working within my system during the week. I've been working really deeply over the last few weeks, months actually, in my own system, to open up the space to drop these information into my system. So I want to share this with all of you. If you like free will, like to be part of it, I invite you to be part of the webinar. If you were not part of yesterday's webinar, you can still drop into the space. Everything's recorded and you can drop in and you're in the container and you can keep building it and building it and building it. And even if you were there last time, you felt resistance, keep melting into it by going into the field. All the webinars you've done with me in the past, you can always drop back into them. They will keep getting deeper and deeper in the system. I repeat them myself because I can feel how they work within my own system. So I invite you to go, to be part of this webinar so you can really drop in and create and manifest from this powerful, potent place, which is alive and always has been alive, but got dissociated. So maybe I see you at the webinar later on. If not, have a beautiful day and weekend. And thank you for all your support and sharings. Have a beautiful day. Thank you.